but they have been contaminated by the necrotic energy nonetheless. The moment they come kind of close to you, is they bend away. This isn't even just them, coming to a stop or skittering away. It's literally like...
Nope. They're just noping it right the hell on out of there.
Basically like a repulsion field, almost.
They caught the express train to Nopesville.
Well, that should keep them from bothering us, at least.
Alright. Continuing onward. And you walk for a bit. Same weird light situation. Everything looking kind of odd. Madeira, unfortunately, is actually not as easy to stealth in this because there's about 27 different shades of black.
There is a mace of smiting.
It also does not have all the spells yet. Because one of my favorites for Sorcerer, Crown of Madness, is not in here.
Oh dear.
The mace you're
Alright.
building for is probably better,
I'm
but
familiar.
Oh, I can tweak some of
Feels
that.
good when my hip hops.
Yeah.
Because my hips, they're not like this, they tilt. And so when it pops
Tilt!
back into the
I
way
just
it
realized that
used to
it's
be,
rolled. Did it show the smiting
It's-
for you? Okay.
Smite.
Smite. No, wait. Wrong genre.
Sorry to swirl again.
It happens.
Anyway. We're walking. I would
Okay.
put my helm on.
So I can't stealth easily, but
No.
at least I have my natural stealth still too.
Yeah. Well, you are at disadvantage. And this is when the normal sound of a...
Wow. Yeah, I am at disadvantage.
He rolled a 7 and a 2.
And as you're at disadvantage, you got to take the 2.
Which
Yeah.
puts me at 13.
So what, but your standards, it's, here we go, here we go, here we go.
Here I come to save the day!
I'm still kind of disappearing though.
Well, like you're an average person trying to be stealthy, as opposed to an actual trained individual.
Yeah.
So you can hide a bit,
But not quite me trying to be stealthy.
which is
I'm
just...
not here, you can't see me.
Now, you know the sound of a running stream when it sounds like water going over the stone, that sort of thing. This sounds like ice trying to flow.
That is an odd sound.
I've heard it before, but you see my mother.
Yeah, she's hot.
Don't touch me anymore.
Am I not allowed to point out pleasure? There were no intentions there. There were never actually any intentions to begin
It's
with.
the thought.
Your dad made it too easy, so I had to fuck with him.
It's the thought.
Well, that could go multiple ways.
Just like the druid.
And see, now in this case, though, regarding her mother and the druid, which one of them's going blue?
Yes.
So we should probably find what's making this odd noise.
Yeah. On a character, you basically have come after about 5 or 10 minutes of a sort of half-guided by the noise walk. The tree line thins out. And it almost looks like the river Styx. Out of character.
Bark.
No, it is flowing, but the water
River bar.
is one solid shade of jet black, and its flow is just incredibly slow. And every so often,
It's a river
So it looks like
slow.
car.
yeah,
River slow!
it's like
Do you say that?
Probably. Because random.
yeah.
Phoenix is showing.
What?
And every so often, you see a creature popping out of it. Various states of death. They're trying to claw their way out of it, failing, and it just continues on.
What do they do if they see Demaya?
Yeah, there's no sign that they've actually spotted any of you. They show no indication of anything beyond trying to escape.
Well, that's unpleasant.
Moonbeam.
So, while in this realm, the radiant energy you're calling from, slightly weaker, it's still enough that, especially given the light nature, everyone is blinded for a moment. Is this, ion cannon level pillar.
I would like to point out that I would notify her first.
Everybody, look elsewhere.
Cover your eyes!
Actually,
Look
here's a
away,
question.
look away.
He just severed his connection with nature.
This is the steps on the way to severing connection. He has lost.
Ah. Okay.
Now, that's also part of the reason why it's weakened. You are effectively dropping the old levels of druid you have, so you are at a weaker power state. It's just it looks so bright because of what they've been looking at for the past maybe hour and a half.
Right.
And the entire slow, tarish flowing motion of this river just stops. And then a hand starts forming out of it, about 8 feet across.
Big piece of icy hand of death.
Arches over and tries.
Pole vault using my stick.
Your ball.
Yeah.
To vault.
At least not a bolt dweller.
You say this is I'm looking at Fallout 4.
Then after a few more attempts at the river to crush you via giant hand of doom, and so for a moment you'd swear that a chunk of it is trying to get up. What was essentially a crude parody of a water elemental has now risen up from the river, with still varying bits of dead and dying creatures, both human and otherwise, still trying to break their way out of it. You can almost see stuff flowing inside of it in dim, hazy colors. The only colors you do see are bright green and just this pair of eyes glaring at you.
Destroy water.
You heard it.
Being as I am not losing levels of anything, would you like some assistance?
Yes. In the form of that.
Yes, that would be cool.
What is this?
A Vorpal scimitar.
Not for a while.
I have Vorpal rocks once.
Sacred
yes.
flame.
Okay, the Vorpal longsword instead.
They give you a Vorpal spoon.
I can make use of that.
It brings a whole new meaning to spooning.
Remove their heart with a spoon.
It'll hurt more.
You twit.
Actually, I guess in Madeira's case it would be remove the spleen.
Well, somebody just pictured Madeira referring to people's internal organs as Ben and Jerry's. 31 flavors, 31 organs.
You know you need to do that now.
Yes! It
From
would
the
be
mind
so
of the
Phoenix-like.
troll.
Yeah. So, calling upon your newfound paladin granted magic power.
Well, that's actually a spell that we've transferred from cleric, but
True, but it's channeling through it. It's channeling through.
channeling a different way. Yes.
Yeah, you set it on holy fire for a moment, and it steps out of its burning skin. It's about half a foot smaller.
Interesting.
Flings its arm, and several globs of itself come out, and every single one of them has got a sharpened point of bone in it.
I have the buckler, so
They stick, and then the black stone starts trying to wiggle. Starts reaching.
Wiggle, 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 wiggle.
Look at it. Hold up the mace. Don't make me use this.
No response aside from attempting to just continue to spider
just-
out. Slap. And pulls to the ground. And the entity goes ahead and does the same to you. Throws one large mass that basically spreads out into a net.
Ooh!
Dodge.
Sorry.
Shiny?
Go ahead and give me a roll. Okay, that's a bit better.
19. Plus my, I guess,
Dex.
Dodge, Dex DV, or Dodge DV. Dex mod.
You dodge, although it is close enough that a trailing edge of it catches the back of your leg, and immediately cold burn.
Sever that, whatever it was holding.
Thin tendril of it. It's a wonderful frosted over welt about that long on the back of your leg.
Yeah, just gonna leave him. It's gonna leave a mark.
Gonna leave a George.
That'll wake you up in the morning, boy.
Just
And throw a marshmallow at it. Produce flame.
Its arm catches on fire, and it quickly spreads over the rest of it. Steps out of the burning skin again. It's about average human height now.
Fall.
And the river behind it has started drying up.
Nice.
I'm on the jury Springer.
And
because
actually,
they
I'm
technically,
that. You keep throwing things out, or do you use that sword?
You're on Jerry Springer because he sang
But-
at karaoke with Lady Gaga.
But,
Well, I was gonna do something first.
oh.
I just cast Branding Smite.
On my sword!
Yeah.
My third.
Extra 2d6 radiant.
And I throw it at its chest. Its chesticles.
Testicles.
Holy shit. It manages to dodge. Goes out into the river.
And I call it back.
Wonders of magic. The pathway that it cut through as it went in has not actually come together again. It's like you cut a path through jello.
Nice.
And
It's like a giant Jello mold. Man, I hate Jello.
meanwhile, back on the surface, they've gone through half of the bottle.
Oh, I do like this.
And honestly,
I really wish I had one of those crystals right now to be saving the experience.
Now, Mirin has to ask herself, what would she do with a naked Janek? Because I'm pretty sure that's where this is headed.
I don't know.
With an hygienic.
you have mint iced tequila.
Uh-huh.
Gonna have some dwarf on drow action.
Half drow. Half drow, half what?
You have the spell still hasn't gone off because you actually
And we will have
hit it.
Preggers
so-
and Sweatpants
Right.
Part 2.
Presumably throwing again. And just for the sake of actually, moving things along a little bit, you do actually hit. And it splatters. River finally dries up,
That was entertaining.
and another chunk of that connection you had to nature is just gone. And several of the spells you knew you could tap into, you could call forth, are gone. Basically, you're down to spells you had at level 3 and below.
Ooh, I can cast that now. That's
Nice.
a paladin one.
Whereas now you're looking at a dried riverbed that's got where you would normally see gravel and mud. You just see bones.
Boom.
Bonesaw is ready.
I am legally obligated to tell you I am not a real doctor. So we carry on. So now the question is, left, right, or across the riverbed of bone?
Let's cross the river. Which way did it go, Jordan? Which way did it go?
Quink.
Cross the river.
And over the woods.
No, not quite yet.
Well, I could summon my mount, in which case, in theory, we could go over the woods, but I think that would defeat the purpose.
And the question is, could you actually summon it?
Possibly. It is not an actual animal, so...
But anyhow, cross over, and you look down the skeleton. Yep, there's human, dwarf, elven. And then there's a skeleton of things that do not exist on Stalos. Some of them you would swear would probably be from your species. But there's way too many for them to any of them actually be directly tied into tieflings that died here. There's other things. There's one point where a boulder would be in a river. There was a dragon skull. Carries on. Heads through. And this is when the air itself starts thickening with a smoky, ashen miasma.
Miasma.
I need a
I
wind tunnel.
think I smell something burning.
Sorry, I'll
Another
take
card.
my beard out of the fire.
So that's why it smells like burned dog.
Get the burning smell.
You go on, the air just continues getting thicker. It's starting to look like fog now. The occasional, basically, think the Silent Hill effect during the day.
Oh God. Do you hear sirens? Run.
Silent Hill, Silent Hill, Silent Hill.
And if I see a guy with a pyramid, I'm just going to turn around and go back the other direction.
What if he has a green tunic, though? Linkhead.
Point.
Well, what about his brother, Cubehead?
He'll jump on you.
Point.
If he's a necromancer, you might jump your bones.
Or just make your bones jump.
Yeah.
Depends on if it's a cube. Yeah, if it's the right cube. So you keep going, and this is when you start feeling tired, slowing down, and your vision's getting blurry. You is taking a little bit longer, but your armor is constantly hissing. The sound of water on metal hissing. Hiss, hiss,
Hiss.
piss.
This is quite unpleasant. What is that 8th level ability?
How many I should put around here?
You know the thing with the thing.
A bird.
A bird leaf.
Bird leaf. You know that thing with the thing?
Thing.
Because it's an ability I don't believe I've got yet.
No.
But it would be useful now.
Mm.
Since we are walking within 10 feet of each other.
If this means trust, I don't trust you. I love you to pieces, but no.
No.
I trust you.
I
with-
trust Troll But no.
nope.
And that's just self-preservation.
No.
honey.
No.
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 No. Fuck that
No.
shit.
He not here.
He's not here. Mr.
We will not do
Jesus
this
not
here. No.
No, no. We will not do. There are no trust building exercises here. No.
7th level, but still.
It would be quite useful at this point.
Yes.
Actually, I probably have a spell that would handle that. Is this like a necrotic energy drain, or is just
The answer to both the questions are yes.
oh gee, thank you. That's helpful. Isn't he helpful?
Totally.
Utterly.
Now I'm gonna have to look through the damn spell list.
Oh.
Here's a novel.
Thank you.
I never run voluntarily, so if you ever see me running, you should start running too, because something is coming.
But you do run voluntarily.
I do run voluntarily now. I gotta go back to the gym.
That's what her and I have to start doing next week.
I'm gonna 5K in less than a month. I am not ready for it.
I'm gonna save her if you would, dear.
Hmm.
Since I don't have my character sheet. Are we up to 3rd level spells at this point?
Yes.
Thank you. Never mind. Just not very many.
I'm not.
You are.
I should be.
I'm not anymore.
Look, it's on camera that I'm drinking water. Whoa. It's on camera. I'm drinking water.
Gasp.
Well, you're drinking something in a bottle labeled water that is clear. It could still be,
Vodka.
Vodka.
And seeing as you were drinking the hypnotic earlier, it could very well be vodka.
I don't like straight vodka.
Well, you do have the flavored vodkas over there, and that is also on camera now being said, that there are the flavored vodkas. So it could still be vodka.
He makes a valid point.
Walter from Mother Russia.
Oh, I've heard the studio recorded version of
You can keep
Information
talking, Cole. I'm
Society's
just looking for something.
cover of
The
Dominion.
cat is snoring again.
He's good at that.
Mm-hmm. That's what he does.
He's good.
He's good at it.
Thank you, Natasha.
You're welcome, boy.
Loose and squirrel.
Have you seen Moose and Skull?
Yeah,
I
they were
eat.
doing like this.
Squirrel was doing it.
So what does you do?
Moose was doing like this.
Better than this.
Detect poison.
There's about 24 different spores in the air, so there are plenty of poisons swimming around.
Ooh, poisons.
Oh, well, that explains why they're not bothering me.
Yeah.
Torg!
Well, it's the whole paladin.
Lesser restoration.
The whole assassin nightmare too.
Because at level 3 I have access to the second level spells, right?
Yes.
He found
Alright.
himself.
You're back. You're up for the moment, but you're still surrounded by this particular all-swirling mist of ash and poison.
Thunderwave.
This is Joe
Duck.
Biden's favorite Joe Obama
Duck.
meme.
Quack.
Badira.
Hold on, he's reading Joe Obama.
Joe Mama?
Joe Biden has
Madeira.
come out with what his favorite
Tuck and roll.
Joe
Tuck
Obama
and roll,
meme
Grandma.
was. See, doesn't this feel
By the
right?
way.
Tucking
Joe,
and
I'm not
rolling.
leaving my wife for you. You said
I
we'd
said
be together
tuck
for
and roll.
8 years.
Tucking
I
and
said
rolling.
8 years.
Quack.
Quack.
And wave,
She's quacking, he's tucking and rolling. She's tucking and rolling.
and you're waving.
And I'm just...
You're thundering.
Yes.
Thunder rolls.
And the lightning strikes.
He gets a 3. No. The energy wave rolls out, pushes the air back for a moment, and in it you can see little floating heads made out of basically condensed vapor of this stuff being broken apart, trying to reform, swirling around, and an area about 20-25 feet around you for the moment is clear, and the wall starts approaching it again.
Floaters.
Well, I can fix this, and it'll leave him free to do whatever. Gust of wind.
Woo!
A 60-foot long, 10-foot wide wind blasting from me in the direction I
We
choose.
now have our own wind tunnel.
So you'd have to walk behind me at this point.
I did mention I needed a wind tunnel too.
You know how.
I was thinking more of the. This is going to sound wrong. More of the sucking variety than the blowing variety, but still.
Second blow.
Well, fortunately,
She
paladins are
switched from suck to
multifunction.
Yes, yes. Paladin has switched from suck to blow.
Somewhere back at the gray circle, Janek has his sudden sensation to comment, but then it passes.
So we can continue to move forward.
Yeah, as you're walking forward, the air you can see those things constantly trying and just basically throwing themselves against the gale force walls. And there's nothing themselves until ahead of you, slightly to the left, avoiding the wind tunnel effect, as the mist decides to coalesce into essentially a vaguely human-shaped tornado.
I can change the direction of this thing.
If you want.
Your call.
Go for it.
You move. It puts up its own force. So now there's dueling wind tunnels.
Last day of school, May 24th.
Really, I'm just trying to keep it occupied so that you are free to act.
Badira, find the spleen.
See if there's a spleen in there, Badira.
Alright, so you get close. You think where it might be. You go in for the stab, and the winds grab you, spin you 3 or 4 times, and you're back out. Getting against the ground.
Right, okay, so that didn't work.
And she sticks the landing!
Actually,
Like a lawn
yeah,
dart.
Probably has.
Lawn dart.
Yes, I see.
That is a link to the official Information Society Dominion video. So,
Cool.
Grandma put a magazine cutout of Leonardo DiCaprio over the face of her late not-so-nice husband. It's an 8-year-old version of Photoshop. She took the magazine picture and just cut it out and put it over his face.
This is what Photoshop was before computers.
I love it.
I'm gonna use the shillelagh and try to hit the wind. I know that sounds stupid, but that's what I'm gonna do.
Shillelagh wind.
And you actually make contact with it.
you're trying to knock the wind out.
Yep.
Of itself. Yeah.
The tornado actually has a dent in it where you hit it. And then it backhands you.
And then I hit it again, and again, and again, and again, and again.
Every single hit, you get hit in return, a little
I
weaker
use the
every
movies for my
time.
kids. I buy them for myself.
And
I just use
the
them
cyclone
as
shrinks and shrinks. And when the final hit, clubbing it over the head, disperses. The air, all the rest of it that had been held off, is now gone. And you have only the thin, most tenuous grasp of your nature magic left. You got your first level shit.
Basically
Can't
everything I
fix.
had. Basically everything I had at level 1.
Yep.
Yep.
When we first called you in out of the woods.
Yeah, kind of. Okay.
Into the town.
That means I still have Thunderwave.
Yeah.
It's your old
Is,
standby.
is he particularly damaged?
Maybe.
It looks like he's been in a particularly bad bar fight.
Not anymore.
Well, I was.
I'm gone back.
Poke.
Don't touch me there. You're not my priest.
She is now.
Who's your cleric?
Actually, I didn't cast anything.
Although she is a paladin, she's got lay on hands now.
And actually, I have all the spells that I had as a cleric. I have no cantrips anymore, however. That's the trade-off. I got paladin spells. I lost all my cantrips because paladins don't have cantrips.
And she can never not pick up any more cleric spells. They gotta be from the paladin
Unless I'm
next time.
multi-class. Not unless I'm legit multi-class.
Phil cannot decide what his reaction is going to be.
And I'm getting
Maybe
access
they've
to the smites and stuff as we
corrected
go,
the
and so
story.
that's fine. And I
You mean
have,
maybe
you know,
they made the story less
interesting
racist?
abilities.
What?
Like, my
Oh,
undead
wow.
sense is tingling. There are undead that way.
Where are they going to be having it though?
I don't know. It's in the Roanoke Times.
What are they?
It said in Blacksburg, right?
Well, to modern day Blacksburg is where Draper's Meadow kind of was.
Yeah.
What are we talking
Because
about?
Christiansburg was Hans Meadow.
Right.
What are they trying to make less racist?
I'll explain after.
Right. Anyway. So at this point, it's when the earth basically opens up and tries to swallow him. Not much
Oh,
further
no, no, no.
preamble, just
Yank. I was standing right next to him, so.
Whee!
yep. And then a hand of stone comes up, grabs him by the leg.
That's my leg.
Hey, that's my druid.
Words you never thought you'd hear Demea say.
That's my druid. Give it back.
Nestle
Touch him
Rod.
again and I will have to hurt you.
Give it. Give.
Bill. Nestle Rod. The B&B.
Why?
You're still
why-
slowly
why
being
not
pulled
go
down, but now you've
go
got
instead, then? At that point,
arms
you're already
being
in
held
round
on by Paladin.
Yeah. Well, they would have to
I can't
reconstruct.
reach with
Because
my dick.
the guy who owns Nestle Rod is one
Can't
of the
reach
guys
with
who's
your dick.
working
That's a
on the
personal problem.
production.
I said
of
stick.
putting it together.
That's
and
also
so
a
he's
personal
offering-
problem.
Yeah, but the
Mystique.
homestead, the colonel is actually a descendant.
Yeah.
Eventually, I'm probably just going to get pulled in with him,
Share it so you can read it later.
Okay.
leaving
On my
Badira to, I don't know.
I'm curious. Let me go.
Sir?
I'm not.
I'm not.
I am not.
Oh, I'm not going to let you go unless you're sure you actually want me to let you go.
Out of character, I am not sure this is gonna go well. But in character, my character is very. Fuck it, let's see what happens.
I might go the other
We'll be
way.
standing by
He said
to
let go.
de-spleen the stone.
Alright? And then, whoom, ground seals up. From your perspective, this is what being buried probably feels like.
Okay, I love you, bye bye.
Eventually, you pass into a chamber, maybe about 30 seconds, so
So
you know
my
you're not
next-
actually completely out of air yet. The ground is cold, it's quiet, there's no light whatsoever. The earth has trapped you.
When I let go of him, I was like, if you're gone too long, I'll start digging.
Trapped you through scorched earth.
She cares.
You're useful.
Scorched earth, Merv.
Try to produce flame to get
See?
some sort
He's
of
trying
light.
to make scorched earth.
Yeah, alright. You
You're
got some
underground.
light, it's actually kind of bright for a moment. But you can see chambers about 8 feet across, maybe another 6 inches above you. Withered bits of wood and root are around you. The ground, you know that real cold, slimy feel you get from the heavy clay soils? You've got that. Bits and pieces of obviously worked wood. Honestly, probably just coffin bits.
You're in a grave.
Oh. That's cool.
I must have this. I must have this.
What is this?
It is a painting somebody did of the Firefly cast, but done in the version like the painting The Last Supper.
Nice.
I've seen that.
I must have this for my wall.
I'm gonna look for anything
That might be.
that could be useful.
Yeah, I was gonna say that might help.
An opening I can exploit.
A particularly large rabbit from a burrow.
Careful, the rabbit might be vicious.
It might be the Vorpal Bunny.
Sorry, I had to make the Justin Carter reference.
Well, first few minutes of exploration, nothing's turning up. Start poking around, lifting up bits of the wood later, and you do find an old animal burrow hole, but it looks like it goes deeper in. And you pull across another one. It's stuck on something deep, slightly deeper in the ground.
Eggs. Try to dig it out.
Eggs? It's stuck on eggs?
It is the business end of a druidic staff. You know, all of them got that flare out at the top. They've got, you know, some kind of artwork or gem or something up there.
It's
Something like
awesome.
that.
Dig it all the way out.
Alright, it's not actually too dissimilar from what the individual curating this place had in his. It's like it's carved on a bone. It's got flecks of mud. And it looks like there's a few bits of tissue still stuck to this one, actually. And it's
not getting fresh. It's not getting better.
Nope.
Sorry.
And the
Except
top,
I'm really not.
and the top of the staff, as you can see, getting closer look, is actually 4 hands. This, like that. And it looks like they were holding something, but it's gone now.
Let's try to find it.
You could put your fire in the...
That's what I'm thinking.
Then at least you're not holding it like this.
It looks like it's actually able to contain the flame you produce for a moment, then it just gone.
It wasn't prepared right.
You didn't lube it up first.
Light it again, but put it on my staff. Not, well, on it, but hovering above it. Because it is a druidic focus. And
That
use
works.
as an actual torch. And it gives me a better reach.
Oh, wait, you
So now you're holding on to both the staff you dug up and your current one. You ever brought 2 pieces of lodestone together and felt how they resist being brought to a certain distance? You've got that feeling going on now.
I would have started a fire where we're waiting.
The earth is soft where I am, right?
Relatively. It's a lot of clay, so but it's not hard packed yet.
He's trying so hard to ignore the jokes that are going on over here. And he's failing because he is starting to get a tomato.
I'm not the only one to go full tomato tonight.
Oh no!
I went full tomato earlier. You just snorted twice.
Yeah, you went full Jersey.
I was gonna say, I'm gonna stick my staff in the clay and make it harder packed. And I could not get those words out.
Especially after it's jammed in there. It's jammed in there. After I made the comment, hey, I'll take a bottle.
Stuck in there, you might want to use some lube.
So yeah, I'm gonna like dig a little hole and kind of stick my staff in there as a set focal point with the fire so I can see.
Alright. So you made yourself a light pole.
You're welcome.
You good?
I'm good. I did that one to myself.
Yeah, we had plenty of stuff
Fries
there
are done
for you.
too.
Yep.
But
All
in
right,
the meantime,
so
while she's spreading
the current
fires,
druidic staff is now
imitating crows.
serving as a
Crows?
torch pole, and you've
Okay.
got the new one. It's actually slightly taller than
She would
you.
be crawling out of a grave
I'm
for a
gonna
little bit,
examine
right?
the hands to see if I can figure out what was at least the general shape of what was supposed to be there.
Based on the way that the hand bones have been scraped, it was either a roughly hewn sphere or it was more one of those multifaceted
So is it,
type gem objects.
or is it?
Reach up from beneath and you find a hole where everything goes.
I'm gonna start looking for something that would fit. Yep. Take it how you will.
That's what she said. Huh.
Did you see the video I posted in Dark Side earlier? Star Wars, that's what she said jokes.
I saw it. I haven't watched it yet, though.
I watched a little bit of it. So about 10 or 15 minutes. Air's starting to get a little thin. Fortunately, produced flame doesn't actually consume oxygen.
Just
Damn
my
it.
marshmallow.
That was me this morning.
I don't want a job today.
That's you almost every morning.
Yep.
I'm back to 10-hour shifts, so that was definitely me this morning.
And eventually what you find is... it actually looks like it was at one point broken off from a larger figure. Because it is a crude, small... You ever seen, like in steampunk costuming and everything, where they have the little model globe of the earth, and it's cast out of bronze? Picture something similar to that, only it is carved out of obsidian.
Oh.
And then you can see distinctly at the base, because the cleave was... Fortunately, it's obsidian, so it's clean, but it was not, uneven. This was not separated intentionally. It snapped, or someone just did it in a hurry. But the map is of Celos, the main continent, that you know. Then there's the one overseas. There's another one opposite, far beyond Casimir, and a couple other points you've not actually seen on a map. And then there's actually
Like Tim Curry's creepy. This I think is creepier.
little points of green and blue at varying points on the continents. One of them was where you're guessing roughly is where that underground research facility you guys cleansed and cleaned out was.
I'm gonna do it.
Oh.
It's dimmer than most of the other glowing lights.
Keep.
It's a map.
That's a big fat nope.
Does it fit?
That's a big fat
It rests in
nope.
there,
That's
kind of jostles a bit for a moment.
troubling.
Yeah, I'm not sure that I'd actually put a pipe.
And then the repulsion feeling you were getting before becomes stronger.
That's a big fat nope.
You can almost feel a current of magic flowing through the skeletal staff,
Because that's just
but you can't quite reach out for it yet.
Fluffy cows.
And there's nothing else. There's no openings.
You gonna have to dig your way out, boy.
Well, if you want to play her hint, I can offer that. What you are standing beside your one last connection to your own power. That's why you can't access the new.
You're gonna have to break the council.
It was prophesized.
First, I'm gonna put out the light.
So you've seen the result of that one.
But it's
right?
dark. You were likely to be eaten by a group.
Hi!
You've seen that one. What happens
That's
when you go?
adorable.
He said
I
Drew,
know. I
not
could,
a Drew.
I could see him doing that with Rain.
Yeah.
So my comment was, they're out of stock for
And I'm
my
gonna-
1985 DeLorean.
Place my staff in the hole that I got the skeletal staff out of. And bury it.
And with that, the last remnants of your old power ebbs and fades away. You kind of have dim memories of feeling like this without the connection to everything. not exactly your fondest memories. And then you're holding on to the skeletal staff, and there's this new connection. You can feel life. Not quite as detailed as you once could, but you can also feel
Yeah, I know.
the other side. Not in depth, but the other side. And you feel...
There's on my timeline. There's a story about what happens when you masturbate. I scroll up, and the next one is a recipe video. And the first thing in there is a couple of cucumbers.
They're peeling them and slicing
They're
them.
really slicing cucumber.
Timing!
Word for
Word to Ferg. I want it.
Ferg. So the anomalies you feel, you're going to guess at this point, are representations of undeath. Things that should be on this side but keep forcing it away back into life. And when you bring the staff up full, the ground parts a little bit. You get higher, and your tunnel starts forming.
And you hear music played by the English Joe.
Can't rain all the time. I'm gonna go through the
And
tunnel.
of course, Badira growing up there.
So,
Oh, come on, babe. Fuck, I'm dead.
but about 20, 25 minutes, you got a fire going. The light looks really weird.
Yeah,
It's kind of fun to look at.
I
Occasional,
did like I told him I would, and stuck my head in there just in case. You know, spider eggs in your hair.
there was a few pops, and much like the rather creepy if polite individual from before, Marcus rises out of the ground,
Still blue?
still blue.
Ooh.
Nice
Because
to
he
see
just
you.
changed his nature. Because he changed his very nature of his path at this point, would it be able to be removed cursed? Or are you going to make it permanently blue now?
Oh, it's permanently blue.
Yes!
Without deific influence, it would take a god or a goddess to deliberately removing it.
There we go. I thought you'd like that.
Perma blue.
Because blue is also kind of one of the colors of death, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although his blue is just slightly paler now.
Yeah.
Not the vibrant electric blue.
Taken
No,
on a pillar pallor.
more along the lines of White Walker eye blue. And ahead of you, maybe about 10 feet, you see creepy druid dude drinking with Janek, who is...
So he just left us in the woods.
No.
No, everybody.
Oh,
Yeah.
3 of you. You now just see like 10, 15 feet ahead.
Hey, guys.
Oh, welcome back. Did you have
You know
fun?
what? I'm gonna need some of that. I
Here
don't
you
know
go.
what it is. I don't care what it is. I'm.
It's good.
You're pale.
It's good. It's the same thing. It's old, and it makes you feel all warm and fuzzy. He has the same thing I do, though.
I know, but I don't need 2 bottles of it.
Oh. You want some, Badira?
He's a druid, he's probably already fuzzy.
Modify 20 on con save.
I give some to Badira.
Give me a con save.
Okay.
Goes down cold, gives you that little warm feeling. Doesn't last as long though.
I still find it quite pleasant.
I've done some fun. I'm doing
By the
some
way,
weird, silly dancing around.
turns
the
out I
fire.
was right. I was supposed to let the earth swallow me.
The earth swallowed you?
Yeah, and I came out with this shiny new stick.
You got a stick.
It's made out of bone.
I have an axe. It's made out of wood and metal.
Mine has fingers.
Mine has blades. It goes smack.
Oh, and another thing. You see this dot right here?
Yeah.
That's where we cleansed the catacombs. All these other dots are brighter than that.
Of course,
I think
he was
it's a
supposed
map
to look
of
the
where
earth.
we're
He
supposed
chose
to go.
symbolic burial, the killing of the old self, resurrection of the new, while facing off against death.
Well, let's pick one.
Our
and I'll
night
be able
sounds
to
much
tell
better.
you when we get with the
Clever
different
for a sorcerer.
If there are
So can I.
undead in that.
General
Symbols.
Yes.
Yes.
They're fun and pretty.
Well, Badier's probably going to end up answering. But it is interesting to note that apparently the 5th Ed Assassins do not have the resistances to poison. Because
That's what I
that's
think,
essentially
no?
what this is.
Yeah.
Or at least I'm not saying it in the book.
Good.
Oh, you have to get a coke up their ass.
Trained to exterminate enemies
Sure.
of their deity, stealth, poison, and disguise help you eliminate your foes.
Just don't stab yourself. Quit stabbing yourself. Quit stabbing yourself. So we'll assume Madeira is a little bit wobblier than usual.
See what the actual score is here. Is it not?
Yeah.
Yes.
I would imagine it's more of an unpleasant experience than it was for those who chose it naturally.
There's no proficiency in
Considering it ripped out
That's also
every
not
bit
a-
of my connection feature step at a time,
Hmm.
and then reestablished it only when I buried my old focus.